She's a psycho.
Are you mental or what?
ये पागल है, पागल देख पागल जा रहा है.
Can you stop acting so retarded?
Are you schizophrenic?
We've all heard statements like this, and it's harmless, right? Just casual conversation. Actually, it's not that harmless. See, we've come a long way in identifying parts of speech that are sexist, homophobic, racist. But what we haven't done just yet is stop trivializing mental health in casual conversation by using phrases that are kind of offensive to the people suffering from conditions. But it's time we learn. Because saying things like
नहीं समझ में नहीं आता यार, बड़ा अजीब behave करता है. He's so bipolar यार.
and
Man, my ex-girlfriend, she's freaking crazy, dude. She's just doing it for the attention, man.
how about
My God, she's being so dramatic. She's lost her mind. There's nothing wrong.
it isn't right. It's hard enough for people suffering from depression, anxiety, OCD, and other disorders to talk about their problems, let alone confide in people.
Sometimes people will say to you that they're going through the same thing, then you feel like you're not alone until you realize that they're actually not going through the same thing as you, and what they're going through is not actually depression, and it's just them being upset about something in specific for that time.
Hell, sometimes it's difficult to even identify what's happening to you.
I used to hate it when people would be like, oh my God, Sarah's so moody. And I'd be like, you know what? I have no control over this.
Films, songs, TV shows, jokes, they all use forms of mental illness as a punchline, while millions of people around the globe are trying to understand and cope with these conditions in their everyday life.
हम ये चीज़ कभी नोटिस नहीं करते कि हमारा कोई एक कमेंट, हमारी कोई एक बात किसी सामने वाले को इतना ज़्यादा खटक सकती है कि उसकी ज़िंदगी पर बहुत बड़ा गहरा असर और छाप छोड़ के जा सकती है.
I didn't realize that it could actually make her feel even more alone and even more scared and even more insecure than she was already feeling.
And what happens is throwaway terms like crazy, insane, bipolar, retarded, they make it really difficult for an individual to actually talk about their problems because they feel like they'd be coupled into the joke.
I feel like a lot of us, and I'm to blame as well, use a lot of phrases and sentences that we think are very casual or careless, and not knowing how it could impact somebody else. It's ridiculous. We don't even think twice before saying things like this behind keyboards or even to people's faces, calling them retards, calling them idiots.
People you may know very well might be going through it, and we just casually throw these words around, you know. And this falls in the same category as God, she's so obese. You know, it's the same thing. What we don't realize is that in our need to like use an adjective or use something to define a certain person and a situation, we're being really, really insensitive to how they feel.
See, it's time we start realizing that awareness about mental health is very, very important. And one way of doing this is to understand that certain parts of speech, certain throwaway phrases we use in casual conversation make individuals feel uncomfortable. They are insensitive to use in our daily dialogue.
So a lot of my understanding of mental health issues and awareness has come from being a teacher for 7 years. I've heard young people casually use words like crazy, mental, oh, I'm depressed.
And it's something we need to address and collectively remove the stigma off of.
I think now what has happened is we read more about it, we know much more about it. I have learned with time that some terms which we use very, very casually could be very offensive to the other people who are going through it.
These phrases have a lot of meaning attached to them for some people who go through serious issues like depression, and when they hear something like that, it kind of trivializes what they go through.
तो जब भी हम कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, जो भी बात करना चाहते हैं, एक बार सोचें.
Everyone's struggle is valid, everyone's sadness is valid, everyone's emotion is valid. We need to have a little bit of kindness and empathy towards them, and at the same time also have that kindness to yourself, that even if you have said these things and even if you have felt these things, it's okay. You can learn and you can grow, and I think you can be more empathetic and kind to each other.
I think it's high time we start thinking twice before speaking and try to be nicer people.
Hey guys, hope you liked the video, and if you did, please show some love and subscribe to our channel BuzzFeed India. So this is a different kind of video than you're used to seeing. I'm going to be doing this every Monday. What I do is I explain things, I talk about social and cultural issues. Is there anything that you want to discuss? Do you want to create any kind of dialogue about a particular thing? You want me to explain something? Do leave it in the comments and we'll hopefully be able to make a whole video about it.